Hello guys, I made this video for the owner of Hrhardwoods. My name is Timothy Arrington. I am an internet marketer for Infinity Lead Generations. We do website design, we provide SEO or search engine optimization services, and we also do lead generation services where we build websites and funnel those leads to a customer. So one thing happened, I kind of was going through the yellow pages. I came across your company, decided to check out your website, and I saw quite a few things that I want to discuss with you guys that in turn will help you guys generate more income for your business. So I'm just going to get right into it because I want to take up as little time as possible. So real quick, let's do some background work. The thing about Google is the #1 search engine, period. It's matter of fact, it's just synonymous with doing a search on the internet. So most people say Google something. So 90% of customers are going to use Google to search for what they're looking for. So when customers are looking to do some hardwood work in their house, excuse me, remove the carpet, install hardwood, things of that nature, they're just going to go into Google if they don't know anybody specifically and type in hardwood or whatever, looking for somebody to come do the work for them. Organic listings in Google, which we'll get more into what organic listings actually stands for, but they receive 90% of the clicks from customers. That means out of 100 customers, 90 of them are going to click somewhere on an organic listing. What's even more important, as I come down here, is the person that's in the #1 position, any organic listings, will receive 33% of those clicks. So you're going to receive 33% of 90% of people looking for your service. And most of the time, those clicks are going to turn into business, as long as you have your customer service right at your end of the bargain. So let's come over here. Once again, this is your website. You guys do hardwoods for homes, I suppose businesses as well. So I ran a search. I did a search for hardwood floors. I live in McDonald's, so this is going to pull up the information. If I was a customer looking to do hardwood floors, this is what I would do. Hardwood floors and see what pops up. Of course, right here is the ad section. People that click on this, the owner of the ad has to pay every time somebody clicks on this. So it's going to cost you money for every click. This section right here is called the map section. We call it map or the 3-pack because most of the time it's 3 up here. This is a good place to be. Many customers will click on this because it's the first thing that they see. They're going to click on one of these guys, and let's be honest, probably going to click on the first guy because he's the first guy. So floor and decor will probably get a decent amount of clicks. You come down here, and this is the organic listing that they spoke of earlier. The organics. So right now in McDonough, Lumber Liquidators is probably going to get a high percentage, even though I don't know if they install, but they definitely do sell hardwood floors. You got Home Depot, Lowe's. And the thing about this, guys, is you see Lumber Liquidators, Home Depot, Lowe's. These are national brands. Google really prefers to take local companies and bump them above these guys. Reason being because Google likes to provide search results for customers in their area, and that's how they kind of keep generating business. So right now I'm looking at these guys outranking some of the guys that's in our area in McDonough that actually do hardwood floors. That lets me know that their websites are not that strong. So Google had to put these guys first. This position, the #1 position, cannot be bought, cannot purchase it. There are things that have to be done to your website in the background that Google will take a look at. Their robots will run algorithms on your website, and based on the results of those algorithms, you'll be placed somewhere on Google's listings as far as hardwood floors. So I did this search. These are the results. As you see, your website is nowhere on page 1. Come to page 2. Once again, I kind of went through this earlier, so I don't want to bore you, but you're not listed on page 2 either. Of course, go to page 3, so forth and so on. I didn't go too far back because customers are not going to go that far. Most searches are going to come from right here on page 1 of Google. And by the time, if you fall somewhere on page 2, you're missing out on a lot of money. You're missing out on a lot of potential customers. I changed a couple of search results. I did it for wood floors because somebody might type that in. I went through the whole page 1, 2, and 3. You guys weren't listed on that. Went to wood floors over here. You guys weren't listed on that. And so I did a couple of searches. Found out you guys weren't listed on page 1 of Google, which is where everybody wants to be, as the holy grail of listings, because that's where you're going to generate a lot of income. You're going to get the most bang for your buck, because once your website is designed, the work is done in the background, then it just takes a little bit of maintenance to make sure that you stay in that position. So I did a little bit of research on your website. I came over here to this thing called local citations. Well, let's go back. Let's go to your website first off. Let's talk about that. One of the things, the primary thing that Google looks for on the website, excuse this right here. Primary thing that Google looks for on your website is this information right here. We call this content, creative content, authoritative creative content. That's what they want. So what Google does is they take their robots, analyze your website, everything that's written on all pages of your website, and they analyze the information. They read it. They see what's on there, and then they take that information to determine how much information, how much authority do you have on what you do for a business. You list your business as hardwood flooring. We want to see how intelligent, how much data you can provide customers about hardwood flooring and about what you do. I gotta be honest with you. Your content is scarce at best. Google looks for thousands and thousands of words, which they interpret as information about hardwood flooring and what you guys do. Prime example, you take Wikipedia, you type in, I don't know, Mike Tyson. Wikipedia is probably going to be first listed as Mike Tyson when it comes to information about Mike Tyson. Because when you click on it, it's going to give you everything about Mike Tyson, when he was born, all of his fights, his rides, his fall, what he's doing afterwards, all kinds of information. So much information that you feel like you know Mike Tyson yourself. That's why Wikipedia is listed first, because they have so much authoritative creative content. This website, I went through all your pages, and you guys have bare minimum information. So right now, Google's going to push you way to the back of the line. They're going to look at your site and say they don't really have a whole lot going on. They don't have a whole lot of information to provide for somebody that's doing the search on hardwood floors. We're going to look for another website to push them closer to the front. Something else I noticed about your website. I'm not sure if Yelp built your website. If they did, I have to be honest, they kind of did you guys a disservice, because you have a lot of stuff on here that's making your website not friendly to the eye, not pleasing to the eye. Print version. Nobody needs that. Nobody's printing out a website. Send to a friend. Maybe you can keep that. Send to a phone. Don't need that. Over here, you have your business hours. None whatsoever. You just have appointments available at almost any time. Customers like to see some business hours. This right here, I don't even know what this is, but Google sees this as well. They see these broken images. They try to figure this out and say, no good. Once again, they're going to push you further to the back of the line. Facebook. I've seen that you guys do have a Facebook page. Need to be linked up on that. And we'll talk more about Facebook in a minute. Something that you guys are missing, what we call a call to action. Come over here to your contact page. You do have a little bit of a call to action, name, phone, email, and comments. Call to action should be on every page, primarily on your home page, because that's the way most customers are going to enter to your website on your home page. You need to have a call to action so that people can go ahead, automatically fill in the information, and contact you guys. Also, you need to have your website be keyword strong on what you do. There are a lot of keywords that are used, and they have to be implemented or infiltrated into your website in this creative content, and Google's going to read it. And the more strong keywords that you have in your creative content, Google's going to analyze it and boost you closer to the front. Something else that you guys are missing is called backlinks. That's when some other website links into you, you look into some other websites. This, once again, is critical with Google. I ran a quick search on your site. A tool that we use is called Majestic. And I see that your citation flow is 6. That is very weak. You see right here, you just got a little bit. You want to bump this number up, way up. Your trust flow, this is saying how trustworthy is your website. Right now, you guys are at a 0, so you're at the very bottom. External backlinks, you only have 22 domains, referring IPs. You see you got 3. Don't have a whole lot of information. Anchor text, not a whole lot. You only have 2 different types of anchor text. All this stuff is kind of mumble jumble to you probably, but I promise you, from my side, I'm looking at this and I see a lot of room for growth. A lot of things that can be done to bump these numbers up, which in turn is going to help you get to first position in Google. Come back over here to your website. you guys sort of have this thing what we call a NAP, name, address, and phone number. You got the name of your company. You don't have the address. You just have McDonough, Georgia, and you do have a phone number, and you actually got a fax phone number there too. Probably a little too much stuff going on. Name, address, and phone number. Google wants your name, your actual physical address, and your phone number to be listed on your website. That's called a NAP, name, address, and phone number. In turn, that name, address, and phone number needs to be registered, plastered all over the internet. We call those things citations. So when somebody comes to your website, when Google, analyzes your website, they're going to look for that name, address, and phone number that I talked about. They're going to find it on your website. Then they're going to run their own search over the entire internet to see how many places is this name, address, and phone number listed on Google. Listed on the internet, on the whole World Wide Web. Once they do that, the more places that name and address and phone number shows up, the more websites all over the internet that your name, address, and phone number shows up, Google is going to say, wow, they must be very important. We're going to use that fuel and push them closer to the front. That's something else that's part of their algorithms. So these are some of the things that we do at Infinity Lead Generations to help customers build better websites. I see your website. I took a look at some of your photographs. If this is the work you guys do over here, it's phenomenal. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But the problem is customers are not going to see your website. So you took the time or you paid someone to build this website and it is giving you zero return on income. Zero return on investment. The only people that's going to see the website is people that you physically tell, here's my website address, type it in. You want people to accidentally find it, that are looking to get hardwood floors like this done in their home, but they don't know you. They don't know somebody that's ever done work with you. They have absolutely no way of knowing anything about your business. And you want them to be able to find you. And they're going to find you when they go to Google and type in hardwood installation or hardwood floors or something to that effect, that they're looking for somebody to come and do some hardwood work for them. I would love to sit down with the owner of this company. Like I said, my name is Timothy Arrington. I went over my time limit. I went 12 minutes or so. I tried to keep it under 10 minutes, but there's a lot of work that can be done with your website. And I would love to sit down with you guys, go over what's going on with your site, help do some things in the background that's going to get you over here where we really want to be. Page 1 of Google. Up here at the top, we want to get you in the map section. We want to get you up here in Google. Page 1, critical, the holy grail. This is what we do. This is what I do. I'd love to sit down with you. If you're interested, please give me a call. If not, take some of the information I've talked with you about in this video, get with your webmaster, see if you can make some adjustments to your website because you really want to get on page 1. You guys are missing out on so much money and you do such good work. I hope to hear from you in the future. Thanks for your time.